OpenAI just mass confirmed what every Silicon Valley insider has been whispering about for months. Ads are coming to ChatGPT, not someday, not eventually. Right now, in active planning stages, with leadership publicly acknowledging the shift. And if you understand what this actually means for the digital economy, you will realize we are standing at the front edge of what could easily become the single largest advertising disruption since Google invented search ads over 2 decades ago. This is not speculation. This is a tectonic shift, and the people who position themselves correctly in the next 12 to 18 months could build generational wealth from it. Let me put this into perspective for you. ChatGPT currently serves over 200 million weekly active users. That is not a small app. That is a platform rivaling the biggest names in tech. And until now, OpenAI has operated almost entirely on subscription revenue and enterprise contracts. But subscriptions alone cannot fund the infrastructure demands of artificial intelligence at this scale. Training and running large language models costs billions of dollars annually. The compute power required is staggering. So the inevitable question has always been not whether OpenAI would introduce advertising, but when and how they would do it. Now we have our answer. OpenAI's leadership, including CEO Sam Altman, has confirmed that advertising is being actively explored as a revenue channel. They have even brought in senior advertising executives from major tech companies to lead this initiative. The hire of a former Google Ads executive is particularly telling. This is not a casual experiment. This is a calculated, strategic rollout designed to tap into the global digital advertising market, a market currently valued at over $700 billion annually and projected to exceed $1 trillion within the next few years. So why should you care? Because every single time a massive new platform opens up to advertising, it creates an enormous wave of opportunity for early movers. Think about what happened when Google launched AdWords. The people who understood search intent advertising early built empires. Think about Facebook ads in the early days, when you could reach thousands of people for pennies. Think about YouTube pre-roll ads before every major brand flooded the platform. In each of these cases, the earliest adopters captured disproportionate value because they understood the mechanics before the masses caught on. ChatGPT ads represent the exact same kind of inflection point, except this time, the platform is not just showing you content, it is actively understanding what you need, what you want, and what problem you are trying to solve in real time. This is what makes AI-native advertising fundamentally different from anything we have seen before. Traditional digital ads rely on cookies, browsing history, demographic profiles, and probabilistic targeting. They guess what you might want based on where you have been online, but ChatGPT operates on a completely different model. When someone types a query into ChatGPT, they are explicitly stating their intent. They are telling the AI exactly what they need. Someone asking ChatGPT to compare project management tools for a remote team of 15 people is not casually browsing. They are actively in a decision-making process. An ad served at that exact moment for the right product at the right price point is not an interruption. It is a service. And that distinction is everything. Consider the implications of this for a moment. Every single conversation on ChatGPT is essentially a real-time focus group of one. The platform knows the context, the nuance, and the urgency behind every request. No other advertising platform in history has had access to this depth of intent data in real time. This intent-based advertising model means that conversion rates on ChatGPT ads could potentially dwarf what we see on traditional platforms. When someone searches Google, they see 10 blue links and maybe 4 ads. The click-through rate on those ads averages around 2 to 3%. But in a conversational AI interface, the ad is not competing with 10 other results. It is woven into a personalized, contextual response. The user is already engaged, already trusting the platform to provide accurate and helpful information. The psychological barrier to clicking on a recommendation in that context is significantly lower than clicking on a banner ad on a random website. Now let us talk about who stands to profit the most from this shift. The first group is content creators and digital entrepreneurs. If you are already building an audience, creating digital products, or running an online business, ChatGPT Ads give you an entirely new channel to reach hyper-targeted customers. Imagine being able to place your product recommendation directly inside a conversation where someone is actively looking for exactly what you sell. The cost per acquisition in the early days of any new ad platform is almost always dramatically lower than on mature platforms. Early advertisers on Facebook were getting customers for a fraction of what it costs today. The same pattern is about to repeat. The second group is affiliate marketers. Affiliate marketing has always been about matching the right offer with the right person at the right time. ChatGPT Ads could supercharge this model because the platform inherently understands user intent at a granular level. If OpenAI allows affiliate-style placements or partner recommendations within conversations, the affiliate marketers who learn to optimize for this new format first will have an extraordinary advantage. The third group is developers and AI tool builders. OpenAI has already established a plugin ecosystem and a GPT store. Advertising integration could mean that developers who build useful AI tools and applications can monetize them not just through direct sales, but through ad-supported models. Think about how many free apps on your phone are funded entirely by advertising. Now imagine that same model applied to AI-powered tools that millions of people use daily. A developer who builds a popular cooking assistant GPT, a fitness planning tool, or a financial budgeting helper could generate substantial recurring revenue through embedded advertising alone without ever charging the end user a single dollar. The revenue potential is enormous. The fourth group, and this is critical, is investors. OpenAI is not yet publicly traded, but the ripple effects of their advertising push will be felt across the entire AI ecosystem. Companies that provide AI infrastructure, ad tech platforms that integrate with AI systems, and businesses that pivot to AI-native marketing strategies are all positioned to benefit. Understanding this landscape now gives you a significant edge in making informed investment decisions before the broader market fully prices in the impact. But here is what most people are going to get wrong about this opportunity. They are going to wait, they are going to watch from the sidelines, read articles about it, maybe listen to a podcast or two, and tell themselves they will jump in once the platform is more established. And by then, the window of maximum opportunity will have narrowed considerably. The cost per click will have risen. The competition will have intensified. The algorithmic advantages given to early adopters will have been locked in. This is the pattern we have seen with every major platform launch in the history of digital advertising, and there is no reason to believe it will be different this time. So what should you actually do right now to position yourself? First, start building your presence within the OpenAI ecosystem today. Create useful GPTs. Build an audience that interacts with AI tools. Understand how conversational interfaces work and how people engage with them. This foundational knowledge will be invaluable when the ad platform officially launches. Second, start studying the ad models of existing platforms with a fresh perspective. Understand what makes Google Ads effective. Understand what makes Facebook targeting powerful. Then think about how those principles translate into a conversational AI context. The core principles of great advertising, relevance, timing, and value remain the same, but the execution in an AI environment will require new skills and new strategies. Third, begin creating content and products that are optimized for AI discovery. This means thinking about how your business or brand shows up not just in search engines, but in AI-generated responses. The concept of AI optimization is emerging as the next evolution of search engine optimization. The businesses that master this discipline early will dominate their categories. Fourth, keep a close eye on OpenAI's announcements and partnerships. The details of how their ad platform will function, what targeting options will be available, what formats ads will take, and how pricing will work are all pieces of information that will shape the strategies of early movers. Being informed is not optional. It is a competitive necessity. Now let me address the elephant in the room. Some people are concerned that ads in ChatGPT will ruin the user experience. It is a valid concern, and OpenAI knows it. That is precisely why they are being deliberate and careful about this rollout. They have explicitly stated that any advertising implementation will prioritize user experience and trust. The most likely scenario is that ads will be subtle, contextual, and genuinely useful rather than disruptive. Think product recommendations within a relevant conversation rather than flashing banner ads. This approach actually benefits advertisers because it means the users who engage with these ads are doing so willingly and with genuine interest. The artificial intelligence advertising revolution is not coming. It is here. The infrastructure is being built right now. The executives are being hired. The strategies are being developed behind closed doors at one of the most influential technology companies on the planet. Every week that passes brings this launch closer to reality, and when the doors officially open, the landscape of digital marketing will shift permanently. The early adopters will look like geniuses, and the latecomers will pay premium prices for what is currently available at a fraction of the future cost. The question is not whether this will create millionaires. Every major platform shift in the digital age has done exactly that. The question is whether you will be one of the people who recognized the moment and acted, or one of the people who looked back and wished they had. The choice is yours, and the clock is already ticking. If this breakdown helped you see what is coming, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next deep dive. Drop a comment below telling me how you plan to position yourself for AI advertising, and share this with someone who needs to hear it before the opportunity passes them by.